As a small business owner, have you ever felt overwhelmed by the pressure of choosing the right hire or leading a team? Or have you ever found yourself tolerating a bad hire because you fear trying and failing again as you repeat the hiring process? If so, you're not alone, and you are in the right place. Welcome to the Growing Your Team podcast. The Growing Your Team podcast teaches business owners like you to expand your unique business by teaching you to master the hiring and team management process. Hiring and managing a team does not have to be a challenge. You just have to learn to do it right. And the Growing Your Team podcast teaches you how to become a confident leader who hires right every single time. Now, let's jump into the show where each episode you will learn tips on how to identify what type of help you need on your team, how to source amazing candidates, how to conduct interviews that lead you to your ideal team member, how to onboard successfully, and how to lead every person in your business so you have a team of rock stars who you are happy to pay every single paycheck. So let's jump in and teach you how to hire like a pro. Hello, Jamie Van Cuyk here, and welcome back to the Growing Your Team podcast. Today, I want to talk about something that has come up for me in a few sales calls, so discovery calls with new potential clients. It's a question that I get a lot, and I kind of want to talk through why I give the answer that I give and how it changes some perspectives throughout the hiring process. So when it comes to recruiting, when potential clients come to me that have talked to other recruiting agencies or have worked with recruiting agencies in the past, one of the things they always talk about or ask about is our guarantee. And at Growing Your Team, we have a guarantee that if we fill a position for you and that person leaves within so many days, we will refill the position at no additional charge. The time frame that we have in our contract is, depending on the position, it's 30 to 60 days. And some clients ask if this can be longer. Some clients want to negotiate on this. They want that longer time frame to see if that candidate is a good candidate. And for some positions, we do allow a longer time frame because there's certain things that in certain positions, like for example, maybe sales positions, we can't measure as much in 60 days as you can with a longer time frame. But we try to hold true to, for most positions, that 60 days being the top of our guarantee. And people always ask why. And it's a good question for them to ask because people want to make sure that they're getting what they paid for. And that's something we talk about a lot here at Growing Your Team is getting team members that are worth their paycheck. And not only is this with employees, it's with contractors as well. We want to make sure that when we hire a contractor, we are getting out of them what we are paying them to do. And if someone's paying Growing Your Team or any recruiting company to fill a position, we want to make sure that that position is being filled appropriately. So the reason why they ask for that extension makes sense. If a team member is not going to be a good fit and they're going to determine that in 6 months, they don't want to feel like they lost money hiring someone to help fill that position. But here's why we stick to that 60 days. And for some positions, it's even 30 days. The reason being is when you set up a good hiring process and you set up a good onboarding process, you should know if that candidate is going to work out within that first 30 to 60 days. It should not be a surprise 6 months in the future that that candidate is not working out in that role. And why is this? Why can we sit there and say, you should know? Well, it's plain and simple. You should be setting up an onboarding plan. Your onboarding plan should outline what this person needs to learn in order to be successful doing their role inside your organization. even with internal hires, if you're promoting somebody, they've only done the role for you that they were previously in. They haven't done this role, and this role typically involves some changes. They still need to learn what it means to be successful in this role. Even someone who has been an expert doing this role for other companies, they still need to learn what it means to be successful doing it inside your organization. We don't want to bring people in and just say, here you go, you got the title, you got the paycheck, do your thing. We need to teach people what it means to be successful, and we need to be on top of setting expectations or resetting expectations when people are not performing as they should be. So when you set up an onboarding plan correctly, you have measurements in place. You have things that this person's supposed to be doing. You can then look at it and see, is this person doing what they're supposed to be doing? If not, you readjust. Is it that the training wasn't clear and we need to retrain? Because sometimes we forget that stuff that comes second nature to us because we've been doing this inside our organization for a while is not second nature yet to someone new who has never done this inside our organization. So sometimes there's gaps in our training that we cause. We also have to understand that people come in from different perspectives, different point of views. So how are we making sure that we are teaching them the right things for our organization? How are we making sure that we break the habits that need to be broken and build the habits that need to be built? This should not be a surprise 6 months down the road. We should be able to identify that early if we are putting the right protocols in place. So when I say we are going to have a 60 to 30 day max with our guarantee, it encourages my clients to make sure that they're properly training that person. It makes sure my clients are doing their due diligence to properly evaluate that team member. We are not letting problems linger. We are not saying, oh, we're just going to go with the flow and see if things work out. We are making sure things are going to work out. We are putting in the effort that should be put in order to be successful. If we're not going to put in that time and effort as a business owner, we shouldn't be hiring. Because if we're not putting the time and effort into onboarding correctly and onboarding in a quicker time frame versus just letting everything work itself out, we're wasting our money hiring. We're hiring this person to do something, and we should be getting them onboarded as quickly as possible. So if you are thinking that it's going to take you 6 months to figure out if this person is a good hire, you're probably doing something wrong with your onboarding. Yes, there are some positions where it's going to take a few months to get there because there's certain things that cannot be measured right away. So for example, I mentioned sales positions earlier, so they're a great example where this person has to go out and build relationships, and they can't make that sale until they build those relationships. So you can measure, are they doing the right things to build those relationships, but you might not be able to see, does it come to fruition, and are they actually able to close the deal until you get farther down the line. So outside of those exceptions, outside of those things that literally take time and you cannot speed things up, we should be able to measure early. So set your team member up for success in those first 30, 60, 90 days and measure their performance correctly in those first 30, 60, 90 days. And when you notice things are not moving as they should, retrain or evaluate to say, is this the right person? And if they're not the right person because something is coming up that we could not detect during the interview process, don't wait months. Have that fire quickly and get the next right person in there. But do not fire quickly until you make sure that it's not a training issue, meaning you're not training them right, you're not setting expectations right, versus it being that it's actually a performance issue and this person is not capable of doing what you need them to do. So set your team member up for success and evaluate quickly so that way you can have the team member that is actually earning their paycheck on your team versus struggling through months and you're too afraid to let them go. All right, so we're going to wrap up here for today. So just remember, set your team member up for success. You should be able to evaluate quickly on if this person is going to work out. That's why we don't provide long-term guarantees, because we want to make sure you have someone that's working on your team. And if not, we want to replace them as quickly as possible so you can get that person that's going to work out on your team. So let's not hold on to employees who are not worth their paycheck. Let's make quick and informed decisions. Are you ready to hire a new team member for your business and you want to ensure you hire the person who can succeed in the role, make you happy, and positively impact your bottom line? Then let's talk and see how growing your team can help you master the art of hiring. Through bespoke hiring frameworks and comprehensive guidance, you will learn how to attract candidates who have the passion you desire and the skills needed to succeed. At Growing Your Team, women entrepreneurs and leaders work with us to help them expand their unique businesses by teaching them how to hire like a pro. Let's connect and see how we can help you. Send me an email at jamie@growingyourteam.com. That's Jamie, Jamie, @growingyourteam.com, or head on over to growingyourteam.com/jumpstart, with jumpstart being all one word, and let's talk about how you can become a confident leader who hires right every single time.